and it would advise appropriately. So it's a routine thing that the security would do anywhere in the world.
Yes, but is it the role of the security to go against or go for people who, in their words, people who say things that are anti-government? Has it been brought to his notice that there may be a wrong impression that people will get from this comment of his, thinking that is the brief that security agencies have?
No, I think what is important to any security anywhere in the world is the stability of the nation. And that is what the military is saying. Anything that is anti-security, anti-government. Anti-government does not mean that you don't share the same political view with government. The military is only concerned about the stability and security of the nation.
Mr. Mohammed, let me pick you up on concerns around corruption and the fight against it to this time, and looking at the treaty that was signed by Mr. President just a couple of days back, and the call by the group #BringBackDesiani to demand the repatriation of the former Minister for Petroleum Resources. What's your stance on that demand? Are you going to bring back the former minister to face trial here in Nigeria?
I think the whole essence of the mutual legal assistance is to ensure that those who have stolen our money and invested it or kept them outside our shores, that we find friendly countries that will help us to repatriate such loot and, if possible, repatriate such people and extradite such people for trial. It's a decent, common, practice between countries.
Because we have the PACAC chairman, Sage, saying that she can be tried in the UK, in one of the dailies. She can be tried in the UK or in Nigeria. How much of a confidence does that add or erode from the war against corruption?
I don't see how the mutual legal assistance between one country and the other, I don't see how it erodes the confidence in the government's resolve to fight corruption.
Because people would think that if you are just repatriating, or should I say, if you're just recovering the funds that were looted, and you're not prosecuting the culprits, then the war against corruption would have been defeated. How do you respond to that?
Well, it's very simple. There's no statute that's, there's no limitation to when you can, prosecute anybody who has stolen your money or who has committed a crime. Whereas today, it's so easy to hide stolen funds. It's so easy today to hide stolen loot. There are labyrinths of legal methods where stolen money can be hidden. That's why I think this mutual legal assistance is important. It assists government to be able to trace such loot, and that's why we are going for the mutual legal assistance with friendly countries.
It seems to suggest that your explanation will convey the information to people that you're not going to arrest Desiani Alison Madueke wherever she is.
No, I think then you are not getting what I'm saying. I said there is no limitation to when a person can be prosecuted. Whereas if you do not trace your funds or loot, you could be lost. You could be transferred just by click of a button to another country where you have no such treaty.
Is the president concerned about the bickering it was seen between the Attorney General of the Federation and the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission?
Well, the so-called bickering have read, but I have not really been able to ascertain whether there's any misunderstanding, or people are being quoted out of context.
So-called, I mean, because we have a situation where the Attorney General of the Federation is accusing the EFCC chair of breaching Section 10, subsection 1 of the EFCC Act, which states that he needs to send cases that are serious or complex to the Attorney General with recommendations so that they can cooperate in the fight against corruption. But as it stands, it says that is not happening. Also recently, the AGF also blamed the EFCC chair, the acting EFCC chair, for Nigeria losing its seat. And I think the Senate also shares that concern, being suspended by the NFIU, being suspended by the Egmont Group. Is the presidency not aware of that, or the federal government?
The agreement, the issue of the agreement, club, I think dates back to 2004, the moment when the FCC Act was promulgated, and the contentious issue there is when it says that the EFCC will be the face of the NFIU. Now, the Egmont, club wants a situation where the financial, intelligence unit will be completely independent of anybody. And to the best of my knowledge, and contrary to what is, what we read in the papers, I know we've had meetings where the chairman of EFCC, the Attorney General, the Vice President, myself, and I think we've all agreed that it is important that we have our, NFIU completely independent, both operationally, financially, from any other body, and that it does not matter who the NFIU reports to, but as long as that independence is maintained.
Well, I'm told we have to take a break now. We'll come back and discuss a little further on this issue. Please stay with us.